Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. Before we get into today's video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video down below. Awesome. Not that you guys care, but I got a new camera. I hope you can tell. Today I wanted to talk about all of this exposing that's been happening in the dance community recently with like really big choreographers doing really shitty things. It's one thing to see this kind of thing happen in like the film industry, or I mean pretty much literally every industry, but like things that are above you and things that are higher and that you're just observing on the news. And it's another thing to see it happen within your own community and like know these people and have taken class from these people. And I just feel like it's something I wanted to talk about because I want to make sure that we're understanding that while these people are terrible people on their own, I personally believe they were probably enabled in some way at some point. And not saying that like anyone other than them is at fault, but like how can we stop this from happening? Because this can't keep happening. If you happen to have no idea what I'm talking about, in the past few months there's been a lot of sexual assault allegations against several big choreographers, like big, mostly hip-hop choreographers. I think in times like these, it's super important to ask ourselves individually, like, what are we doing to make sure this doesn't happen anymore? And are we really like keeping our eyes open and making sure we're paying attention, you know? And like, are we hearing comments and just dismissing them because we don't want to believe them? Or are we ignoring certain red flags from big choreographers because we want them to hire us really badly? Because I don't know about you guys, but I personally do not want to be a part of a community where the people with the most power are abusing it. And I do not want to I don't want to have to climb this crazy ladder where we're trying to get to the top, which is full of these people who are predators or racists or whatever they're doing that is like, I don't want to be a part of that dance community. I don't want to get paid to dance if it's for abusers. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I don't know, maybe all of these people hid their behavior really well, except for that. Again, I don't really know what the situation is about like if I'm allowed to say any names or like reference anything because no one has been charged. So I'm just gonna like kind of not say names but reference situations, and then if you know kind of thing. But like there's a live stream on yesterday talking about a really big dance crew, and people were hopping on the live and telling their experiences with the abusers. All of these different things that had been happening to all of these people, especially like coming from the outside and like seeing that crew, not knowing a lot about that crew, but like seeing it and hearing people talk about how great it was and all this stuff, and then for this to be what was actually going on is terrifying. It's terrifying. Anyways, they were saying like one girl was telling her story, and I'm not gonna tell her story because it's not my story to tell, but one girl was telling her story about someone abusing her, and then she was like, I don't know, she said that someone else had seen it happening and that man had walked out of the room and pretended it never happened, and then somebody else hopped on the live and was like, well, I know why he didn't tell anyone, because he was doing the same thing to me. It just really, it really breaks my heart. And again, it's not my story to tell and whatever, but we need to look out for each other and protect each other. And this has to matter. we can't just hear these things and then let these choreographers go back to being these big choreographers. And it's crazy when I think about, like, for a different choreographer that just is now having sexual assault allegations come out against him, like, to think about all the respect that he had. Like, I remember this event I was at, this big dance event. He had a piece in it, and every famous, like, so many famous dancers were in it. Everybody was so hyped to see this piece. Like, it was like, oh my god, like, this choreographer is so amazing, I can't wait to see his work, all this stuff. And to think of that now is, like, sickening. Literally sickening. How much respect he had and, like, how much everybody loved him. It made me think of, there's this song by Charlotte Lawrence called Everybody Loves You, and she's basically talking, I mean, I don't know, I didn't write the song, but from what I can tell from the song, it's like she's talking about someone who has assaulted her and how, like, he presents himself as this great person to everyone and to all of her friends, and all of her friends love him, everybody loves him, and only she really knows, like, what a terrible person he is and what he's done. And it kind of just, I don't know, I feel like that's like this because I feel like these are people that everybody loves and that everybody talks so well of and speaks so highly of, and I cannot. And again, I don't know, that's what I'm really wondering and trying to figure out is it like, and it's probably case by case as well, but, like, are these people, like, hiding it just so well? Or is there something, like, someone could have done? And are there ways that these people have been enabled? I don't know. And we just have to value, like, safety and truth over getting booked. And we need to value if this person is really a good person over getting booked. Because money is nothing. Money is nothing if people are getting raped left and right. It's nothing. It's not worth it. And I know that the reason I'm making this video is because I know, like, people operate this way on a smaller scale, like, not necessarily like they think these people are abusers, but they, like, people will suck up to people that they know are shitty people to get a job, which I can see, like, if we're just talking about people seeming rude or seeming like assholes, how you would think that's okay. I still don't like that, but how you would think that's okay. But I only want to be working for good people. I know that everybody thinks that too. Like, I don't think I'm the only one who's like, I want to work for good people. I think that's everyone's intention, but it's hard when there's structures in place and power in place, and it's hard to navigate that kind of thing. But I just think, like, collectively as a dance community, we need to decide that we value what is right over what is easy, and we value good people and safety over getting booked, over clout, over you name it. I don't really know what kind of vetting needs to take place or what kind of screening process or whatever, but one of the choreographers has like 20 cases. Allegedly, supposedly, that, like, I don't know. And I was in that person's class. Like, I took class from this person. That doesn't feel good. That shouldn't be the case. Like, we shouldn't be taking class from abusers and not knowing it and, like, respecting them so much. And I think this has a lot to do with, like, people who maybe aren't at the top but are near the top, or people who are friends with them, or people who are around them all the time. Like, I think that is when the red flags maybe would pop up. I think anybody's gonna put on their best face to a convention or to a class full of people, but it's like in the one-on-one conversations, in the daily life, in the little things where I feel like those behaviors could be spotted. But also, everybody started somewhere. The person who is your peer right now could be a big choreographer one day. So there's just so many people along the way who know someone and who I feel you can't always tell. That's for sure. You cannot always tell, but sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. Sometimes there's red flags and people just want to ignore them because they don't want to think about what could be true. I don't know. I'm just sad. And I wish we could all feel safe in doing what we love, like, especially like these people are working with kids and abusing kids. Like, we can't let it happen anymore. We can't. We can't. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a good day. I'll see you soon.